Michael Hernandez here, MLH Media, and I'm here today with a man that usually I'm speaking to guys over here on the West Coast, but I got a special guest spot for my guy over here, Max Quiñones over there from the East Coast, hailing over there from Florida. Only 30 minutes outside of where you're going to be fighting on Friday, July 18th. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, brother, man. Just getting this weight down, a couple more days till weigh-ins, and that's the first beat that I'm going to face, defeat that shit, and then go in and put a stamp on my opponent.
Can you speak a little bit about, I know you've gotten to fight at CFFC quite some times, but man, it's got to feel a different type of, especially with this fight coming up. I know you've worked very hard in the lead up to this one, but fighting only 30 minutes away from where you fight out of in your fight name out of Wesley Chapels in Florida, it's got to feel pretty good to be over there in Tampa on the fairgrounds. I mean, big venue. CFFC obviously has treated you pretty well in the past. So how are you feeling about the fight overall, man?
Oh, man, I'm extremely grateful. I was born and raised in Tampa, and then high school years moved over to Wesley Chapel, and then my family and I, we have a little house over in that way too. So it's just the roots, man. Like, this is homegrown roots, and I'm grateful that CFFC lets me perform on their show, and that they give me such a good platform to perform my art and skills on, because it's been years in the making, and this is one of the best shows to do it on, UFC Fight Pass and stuff like that. So, I mean, they have the name, especially on the East Coast, you know what I mean? So I'm just grateful to be part of the opportunity.
I was doing a little bit of research on you in the lead up to this one, and not only did I find out that you can cook up some great meals, which I already knew. I knew you stunk up the house over there for Coach Izzy, you know, I knew he was cooking up them Brussels sprouts. I know he was cooking up, man. But I also found out that you've kind of been through these trials and tribulations before in your career, and we're talking a little bit about that with the CFFC promotion. Can you kind of detail how much it means to you to be able to get this platform once again? And also, I mean, it's a pretty big fight against a former opponent in Finley. How do you feel about the fight overall against, I mean, a guy like how, I'm pretty sure you've got this a lot. You don't often get rematches again in the pros. How do you feeling about this rematch against a 6-3 opponent, man?
Well, first, a knock on the head as far as like dealing with the adversities and things like that. Like in 2019, they didn't even think I could walk the same, let alone fight again. And it was actually Shamel was my last fight, and then I had a couple cancellations, then I had my car accident and whatnot. So then it took me 2 years, and during that time, he just started going up through the rankings and stuff like that. And then there's even like a funny photo where he was about to fight the number one contender for CFFC at that time, and I'm just making my debut, I think, the month after that
Oh,
event, and I
wow.
put a laughing emoji, and he comments on it saying, "What's so funny?" And I'm just saying, like, life, bro. It's funny how life works out, because I did my thing the first time we went at it, and then the second time it's going to be the same aspect, but I'm going to put a stamp on it. I'm sure we both elevated. I sure as hell did. And then there's just no ands, ifs, or buts. Like, my confidence level, my mentality, my aggression, my athleticism, my cardio, everything's going to be pushed towards him, and I'm coming for his head.
Know that you love to, like how you said, you love to keep the pressure going. You love to keep the fight standing. And you're someone that I believe in the flyweight division, you're one of the most exciting fighters on the regional scene, man. Just watching a couple of your fights as it goes. But I mean, you got to recently get yourself into the boxing ring as well. How much do you feel like that kind of factor is going into this fight? Can the fans expect to see possibly a big finish on the feet? I know you've been working the grappling a lot. That was something that you kind of spoke about in the lead up, but can the fans still kind of expect to see the same kind of Candyman they see in the cage as usual, man?
Expect excellence and victory. I just know July 18th is going to be a glorious night, and that's always been my motto. Like, I go out there to give the fans what they're looking for to see. Like, they take time, spent hours of work, and then this is probably the only event that they can come out to and show some love for people that are in the local area. And I just want to make sure they're getting their money's worth. So I just want to go out there, do my thing. And as long as I do my thing and I show up and not worry about what he's got going on, and just execute what I've been working on, drilling, rehearsing, visualizing, I'm going to take this W. No ands, ifs, or buts.
And speaking a little bit about that grappling work you were getting in, you got to work with, I mean, one of the top grappling coaches, I would say, in the country at the moment. Izzy Silva obviously has his sons working over there on the West Coast, but then also working alongside Brandon Moreno, Flexa Grasso, countless UFC athletes. How is that like to not only get to work with them, but also get to work alongside Terrence Sater, man, another talented flyweight in the regional scene? I mean, it was a pretty cool, special time, first time on the West Coast for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Virgin going out there, and that experience alone like changed my life. I remember watching Izzy's films like back when I was in high school in 2010. So now we're talking about 15 years later, and then when my agent texts me saying that, oh, Izzy's gonna pick you up, Izzy Silva, and I'm like, it can't be, bro, it can't be. So I googled it real quick. And I was like, it is him. So they gave me the hospitality and everything like that, and they welcomed me to their gym. Thank you guys so much for that. And then not only the hospitality, but then you got Brandon Moreno, Alexa Groza, Terrence that was out there, Masio and all of them. Like it was just good energy all around. Like we had a mission, we had a purpose, and we just kept on trucking along. We went through those workouts and things like that, and it was definitely like a nice bond that definitely formed out there. And it was just a great experience being able to move around with those type of high level caliber athletes. Like that's really what they are. They're high level. They're the best in their field for a reason. And I'm just grateful to have experience and share the same room with them. And then hopefully we do that same thing again, man. I love to come back to the West Coast. And Terrence just told me that he had an injury and whatnot, so prayers go out to him and fast recovery back.
Yeah, I know you guys are kind of speaking too a little bit about your NCAA football careers. How's that been going for you as well?
To be honest, bro, I don't play NCAA on Xbox. I'm more of
Ah,
a PUBG kind of guy. I'm more of a battle royale kind of guy. I like those battle royale games.
yeah, I know you guys are speaking a little bit about the gaming and the warm ups and all that, but then also, I mean, I know you were kind of getting down in the kitchen for them. I made the joke earlier about the Brussels sprouts, but kind of speak a little bit about the give a little plug for the meals, man, because I know I'm gonna show a couple of pictures, man, because I just got to give credit where credit's due. My guy Max gets down in the kitchen, does some of the best meal preps I've seen. Kind of give me a breakdown of what you were cooking for them over there, man, because I know you were cooking up. I know you had the chef hat going. You may not have had a rat in there. I know you don't got the curls, but you know.
So it was dope, man, because the first day you're like thinking, all right, these are high level athletes type of deal, so you want to cook like vegetables, lean meats, and stuff like that. So ended up roasting some Brussels sprouts, and man, if you ever roast like broccoli or Brussels sprouts, expect your home to smell like shit afterwards. So that was a big mistake. So then flipped it to like the other stuff that I know, like the chicken Alfredo, sweet potatoes, and things like that. And I have a meal prepping service down over here in Florida, in Tampa. So it started off small with the team, but then I found that I was needed over here in this area. So now I service a couple of MMA gyms and stuff like that. Crunch Fitness down here. I have 3 locations that I just run meals to. And then people that have personalized diet like needs, then I'll do higher quality type of meal. Not higher quality, but more specialized, higher like proteins, carb ratio kind of deal with those kind of clients. So it just really depends on what people want, and I just send off like a weekly menu, and then if people don't want anything off the weekly menu, then they can get customized type of deal.
Wow, wow, and it's a full time job for you. You cater as well, correct?
So not catering, but it's just the meal prepping right now, and then full time fighting. So that's one of the things. Like during my car accident, I wasn't able to walk, so it was one of those things of like the bills still come in, so you got to find out some way to hustle. And I've been in sales for God, man, like so many years, but now it's something to where I'm not learning a different product every season or a new item that I have to sell for someone else. I'm doing something that I can take for my own, and then I'm passionate about it. I love it, and then I'm able to show that love and appreciation, feel that mind, body, and soul. That's our slogan here at Candyman Cooks, and we're able to present that to everyone around this general area, and then soon it will be nationwide. You know what I mean? So that's the ultimate goal, to be one of those not pioneers, but one of those leading meal prepping services to where people say, hey, look, you want to get lean, you want to bulk up, you want to lose some weight, you want to get a healthier lifestyle, or just find convenience in your day-to-day life. Candyman Cooks is the way to go.
And I know you've spoken a lot about this adversity that you have faced with the car accident. I mean, not only that, man, but you have also faced adversity in terms of your actual MMA career. You've gone down the time where you've had to face the 2 losses in a row and get back. What is that kind of, what would you feel is the biggest words or the biggest line that you could give to a fighter that is coming up, that's maybe in the same shoes as you? Because it's not oftentimes that guys will take 1 loss or even 2 and be able to get back, but you've been able to do it now, and you're obviously setting yourself up for quite the position here coming up on July 18th. What would you kind of have to say to fighters out there on the regional scene, maybe starting up their amateur careers? Because, I mean, you face quite the plethora of guys in the lead up to this bout here coming up on July 18th, man.
Like you mentioned before, I've been through the amateur. That's one of the things I wanted to make sure before turning pro. And to the young guys out there that are wanting to go pro and things like that, take your time as an amateur, because nowadays, like, there's no shin guards and stuff like that, and a lot of like MMA promotions as an amateur. So you're still getting those experience in without the shin guards and things like that. But definitely figure out your dieting, your mental aspect, how to make money on the side instead of just doing your 9 to 5. Because say you get injured, even just with regular training and things like that, or you come off from a deficit, how are you mentally capable to like keep going forward? And as long as you have those things in place, you have the confidence and the willpower to keep showing up, ain't no one gonna stop you, man. And that's definitely something I took in going into this fight. I'm more dangerous than ever before. You know what I mean? Coming from those 2 losses and just showing that, hey, like I'm still showing up, I'm still putting in the work. You can take a dog out of the fight, but you can't take the fight out of the dog. And I'm going in there guns blazing like Tommy Cruise and Jack Reacher. I'm gonna come in, head hunting, taking people down, just doing my thing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, winning and losing is an illusion. There's people fighting cancer, going through war-torn countries and things like that. Like we have someone literally facilitating what we got going on in the ring or cage, and I'm just grateful to be able to do what I do on a daily day basis and to inspire others just by doing my thing, which is
And
being
with
the world champion prize fighter at the end of the day. That's the goal.
And like how we've been stating during this call, with the win coming up here on July 18th, this could set you up in the driver's seat, almost, so to speak, over there in the flyweight division over there at CFFC. Obviously, your opponent most recently fighting for the title, I believe. Where do you feel this fight kind of places you in terms of the CFFC, in terms of the regional scene overall? I know you've been someone that has been calling your name for the Dana White Contender Series. You've been saying, hey, they need flyweights. I'm exciting. I'm the guy to sign. Do you feel a big win brings you that contract, that Dana White Contender Series call, if you're able to go ahead and get it done on the 18th?
I'm always down with the get down. I'll be ready. Do I think I need 1 or 2 more after this one? I think so. I think I'll probably need like 1 or 2 more after this one, uh, because I am coming off from a deficit. But like you said, flyweight division is a little bit more open. So I'm just taking it one fight at a time. I definitely want to put a stamp on this one, and then we'll see how the cards lay. So it's just a matter of seeing where this next one takes me. I'm just on Chanel, doing what I gotta do, and just putting a stamp on it, and then that would probably get me back to #1 contender. But it is what it is, man. I'll be ready, whatever.
And man that is ready for whatever his path takes him, Mr. Max Quiñones taking on Shamel Finley over there at CFFC 144. Norton versus Martins 2 headlining the card. It's going to be an absolute amazing card over there down in Florida. Man, I'll be seeing you soon over there in August,
Yes,
my guy,
sir.
Max. Always a great pleasure getting to speak to you. Any last words that you want to end off this call with today? I know you have a lot of people that support you. Obviously, your wife, a huge supporter of you and of the meal preps as well, and helping getting everything started, and just, making sure the camp goes well. But I know you have a lot of other people. It takes a village. Anybody you want to thank?
First of all, glory to God. Praise God for everything that He's blessed into my life, including my beautiful wife, my family, my daughter, my friends, my teammates over at Def War, my coaches, just all the energy that's been poured into this camp. I'm extremely grateful. And of course, my sponsors, Bartow Ford over here in Central Florida. Of course, you got to have yourself Candyman Cooks on the shorts. So my logo's on there too. Our signature Medicaid. Drip Doctor is a plumbing service, handyman service. They're a local sponsor as well. No Limit Technology too. And we just got big things lining up. Thank you to Iterum, Jason House, everyone that's been involved with this camp. Brandon Moreno, Alexa Groza, everyone over there on the West Coast as well. Coach Izzy and his team. So man, I'm just blessed, bro. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, and I'm ready to do my thing.
A man that is blessed and looking ready to go into CFFC over there on July 18th. Man that just recently turned the big 3-0. Another big, happy, late belated birthday to my guy over there, Max
Thank you, bro.
Candyman Quinones. Michael Hernandez signing out. Hey, man.